to Third Eye Champagne. I'm Kirsten, Langston, author and intuitive. If you are watching this on YouTube, just so you know, this is a preview. The full reading is going to be up at thirdeyechampagne.com, so you can go check it out. All right, Johnny Depp, Amber Heard. First of all, everybody keeps asking me, and if you're new here, intuitive means psychic. Everybody keeps asking me, is Depp going to win his case? Every time I read it, it looks like this guy might actually win his case. Listen, it's notoriously difficult to win a defamation case, apparently. Like, I'm a legal expert. This is what I'm reading. So let's take a peek first and foremost, so everybody can get an answer. Is he going to win this case in Virginia legally? Oh, cards are wishy-washy. Oh my God, very wishy-washy. So last time I read on this, I don't know, maybe a week ago, it was pretty good. I mean, he had the Chariot, he had the Ten of Pentacles, he had some really good stuff here. Now what am I getting? Wishy-washy, wishy-washy. And then the worst, the outcome card, decisions, wishy-washy. Yeah, these are good cards. He might win. This guy might win. He really might win. I think it's close, man, but the first spread was wishy-washy, and of course we're in a Mercury retrograde, which kind of makes it iffy to read things sometimes like this, an outcome of a case, but it's looking good for this guy. It's really looking good for him. If you're not following the case, essentially what goes down is Johnny Depp meets Amber Heard on the set of the Rum Diary. They meet, there's a spark, and then immediately stories start to differ. So his story is they were doing a shower scene and they kissed and he just went, oh shit, what is that? And then later she came to his trailer, they were drinking wine and she made a move on him. Her story completely different. And he asked her to leave because he was with someone or whatever, and she was married, and essentially he basically said, she didn't want to leave. Her story is that they meet on the set, they do the shower scene, they kiss, and he goes in for full tongue, which is a no-no on the set. You don't really do that. I think that's, like if you see people using tongue in the movies, I'm sure there's been agreement ahead of time. So anyway, her story is, yeah, he slips her the tongue and she's just kind of like, whoa. And then she was talking to him in his trailer and he lifted her robe up with his boot, and then he pushed her on the bed and said yummy or something, and then she left. So immediately you have two separate stories. I think watching this trial, it's pretty clear Amber Heard is gaslighting. I mean, it's pretty clear to me. I watched the whole thing. I listened to every tape available. I got very into this. Very, very into this. I'm not sure why. So there then starts an alleged string of incidents. Amber at first said, well, it started in 2013. Then she said, no, on the stand. Now she says, no, it actually started in 2012. She says the first instance that he attacked her, it was about his wino tattoo, and she laughed or something, and he backhanded her, he slaps her, and she lands on the filthy carpet. And I mean, it's really hard to be sympathetic towards her. I will say that honestly, when I heard about the allegations, I just thought, oh God, that poor guy snapped. I mean, I just believed it. I automatically believed it, that she came out and said, yeah, domestic violence, she's got the bruise on her face, she's getting the restraining order, and I thought, oh, this poor bastard snapped. So that's where I'm coming from. This is where I have landed. All right. The thing about what I'm seeing with this, and I said this from jump, that this trial is changing the conversation. It's way more important than we realize. There's a reason people are glued to it. It's not just because it's tea. It's not just because it's celebrities. It's not just because, it's a hot mess. It's more than that. It is more than that. People that haven't been, haven't given a shit are now suddenly glued to this thing. So it's really interesting. So psychically, now we're going to get into the reading. Now that I've pontificated enough, we're going to get into the real reading. First of all, I will say, just in the now, Johnny Depp's energy is very calm, like medicated calm. I would not be surprised if he's medicated. I know in the trial they were like, he smokes a lot of weed. I don't know if he's still smoking a lot of weed, but I just get a very calm, very measured, very intelligent kind of energy. It's very grounded. There's also a little bit of sort of low-grade depression here. I think that accounts for some of the energy that I'm picking up on, where it's like I said, calm, placid. It might be a little bit depressed also. This is a man, to me, truthfully, feels battle worn. It's like that Emperor card, which is actually here, by the way. It's this old warrior who's just been through it all, seen it all, done it all, and he's tired. He's tired. It's almost like, it's weird. It almost feels like this is like his swan song. Like, I'm going to do this and be done, and I'm not sure exactly, I don't see him retiring anytime soon because he loves what he does, but it's just kind of like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to be done. I'm going to be done. Closing the door behind me for sure. Depp is a little bit more, I don't know which way it's going to go, but we're doing a good job. Do you know what I mean? Like I get this, like we're doing a good job. There is a sense of vindication for him. I feel that very clearly, where it's like, yeah, we got her. I mean, if you haven't watched this, I will say Camille Vasquez, her cross-examination of Amber Heard was a master class. I mean, it was just devastating. And then on redirect, Vasquez, it was like watching a fucking artist. I mean, I've never seen anything like it in my life. It was just beautiful to see, just every time objection. I mean, she was on it. It was insane. Depp knows he has a good team. He feels very vindicated in the fact that Amber Heard definitely contradicted herself on the stand. She contradicted herself within her testimony, and she contradicted what was happening in the audio tapes. I mean, it was a very clear gaslighting moment. I mean, I was tweeting about this yesterday. I said, I feel personally gaslit by her, because they would literally play a tape where you go, okay, yep, this is what's going on. She's trying to get in the bathroom and he doesn't want to let her in, but he opens the door and she punches him, basically, is what happened. I mean, skipping some things, but basically. And then on the stand, she'll say, oh no, I was barricading myself in the room to get away from Johnny. And I punched him proactively. It was a proactive punch. And then, 20 minutes later, she'll say, well, I never hit Johnny. I never hit anybody. I mean, it was mind-boggling. Just the thought of it gives me a headache. I don't see him hurting people. I don't see him hurting people. He could get vicious. I think he can get vicious when he's angry. I think there's a mean streak there. And I could definitely see him, like, kind of grabbing somebody, like, you're going to talk to me like that, that kind of a thing. I could see that. I could see him in somebody's face yelling if he's triggered enough, for sure. The guy's got to be triggered. It doesn't just come out of nowhere. He's got to be triggered. It's not just like, I'm abusive, hello. Like, he has to be triggered to get to a point where he's angry enough to trash something. He snaps. I mean, I see it. He's like a pit bull. It's a red line. He snaps. I see it. But I do not see him ever hurting any person. I don't see it. Looking at it from her angle, so when I do this, when I'm looking for something definitive, when I'm looking for truth, when I'm looking for information like this, it's weird the way I put it. I've said this in videos before, but I sort of throw myself against it energetically, psychically. I throw myself against it. And if it's solid, then I know this person's telling the truth, or I know this event happened. And if I go through it, it's a weird thing I feel it, like, physically. I can't, it's hard to put into words. But if I go through it, then I know it's not the truth. So I'm looking at, was this woman sexually assaulted with a bottle by Johnny Depp? No, but they would definitely, I feel like a fight could turn into sex. It looks like, yeah, there'd be makeup sex, or a fight could definitely turn sexual somehow. I think he did probably kick her. I will say that, but it doesn't look like it's a full boom. It looks more like like a nudgy kick, like, get out of here, like, get, go back to your seat, like, get the fuck out of here kind of a thing. Not, which is still not okay, but it's not a, bam, let me kick you, let me kick you till you, and her whole thing, well, I flew down the blood. It looks to me like I think he did this, actually. But it was a nudge. It wasn't like a full on, let me kick you. She definitely thinks she's smarter than everybody. It's like, yeah, I just nailed it on that stand yesterday, didn't I? She knows she didn't. I mean, she knows she screwed up. But at the same time, it's kind of like, it's okay, I can get out of it. It's okay, I can get out of it. I mean, it's just, there's a smugness here, but she's devastated. She knows, I'm telling you, this woman, as I sit here, this woman knows one way or another she has lost this case. I think she thinks she's lost it both in the public arena and legitimately. She's going to owe this man $50 million. Depression. I keep getting depression on this guy, and I think it's lifelong. I mean, I'm sure it's out there. Like I say, I probably heard it, right? I'm sure it's out there in the transcripts or whatever, but I do get lifelong depression on him, periods of depression. I think she also, people were telling her to marry him, which is interesting. People are saying, oh, you got to marry him, you got to marry him in case things go south, you got to get the money. There's definitely people in her ear like, you better marry this guy, he's got a lot of money. It was also, she had to possess this person. She had to have him completely and totally under her control, and marriage was the way to do it. I do see, again, a lot of control, very manipulative, very, very, very manipulative. I also want to say, honestly, it feels to me like they were in a really good time periods. I don't know that he quote unquote hit her in 2012. Or things started in 2012. I'm sorry, because it feels actually fine to me. Then I get to, it seems like it's about a year and a half, 8 or 9 months, somewhere in there, somewhere between 8 months and a year and a half, like somewhere in this time period, everything's okay, and then bam, things start kind of going sideways. It's like she switches on him. You'd have to really, to get rage out of him like that, like, you know, trashing hotel rooms, trashing the closet, you have to really provoke this guy. When this man cares about someone, he cares very deeply, but he can also cut you off. He will cut you off, and he will cut you off quick too. When he gets to a point where it's just like, fuck you, it's fuck you, he's donezo. I also don't want you to get this idea, oh, this, you know, like, this man's so broken. This guy can rally. This guy can fucking rally. You know, he's a lot of contradictory things. A lot. Like it's a real interesting read for me. Because yeah, this I mean, it got him good. You know, it's 6 years in, and he's sitting in court right this second. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I have to say, as far as the sex tea goes, you know, it's fine. Like, it's like, okay, the guy's no David Bowie, but who is? Um, Everything is in proportion, okay? I'll give you guys that much. I don't think there's any super weird kinks here. You know, I think it's just, it's pretty straightforward, you know, bikini kill, I like fucking. I mean, it's just, yeah, okay, let's do it. I don't see a serious relationship for him for a while. I just don't see it. I'm also seeing a lot of support in Hollywood coming out of the woodwork for him. Seems like people get back on the Johnny train a little bit. Does the career ever hit the heights that it had? No, he's over that. He's done. He's not going back. But does he regain his career? I do believe he does, at least to a partial degree. Maybe more than partial, quite honestly. As far as Amber Heard's career goes, and everyone says, is her career over? Is she over? Oh no, there's a pivot for her. This could be like lifestyle guru horse shit. I don't know that she gets, because I'm not seeing movies. I'm not seeing movies for her. No, I don't see it. I mean, maybe I'm gonna say maybe here or there, but no, I don't really see that. There's a pivot. This woman pivots. She pivots. She goes to something else. Oh, I sell gym clothes now. Like, you know, like there's a pivot here. She might write a book. There may be a book. I don't think it would be anything about Johnny Depp. She's basically publicly humiliated. She pivots. Nope, there's a pivot. I'm telling you, there's a pivot. Oh, I'm an Instagrammer now. Like there's some kind of, I'm gonna make my money doing this now. Does she ever pay the ACLU? I do not think that she does. Somebody else might pay that for her. Everybody wants to know, is her child Elon Musk's kid? I actually don't think so. She never got close enough to Elon Musk to really mess with him either. He keeps people at bay. He keeps women particularly at bay. Uh, you know what? She definitely cut his finger off, but it looks like he further damaged it without realizing it. So that may have accounted for. I don't see the assault with the bottle. I do not see it. And also, this guy's not stupid. He's not going to hit a woman in the face. He's just not going to do it. I mean, hands down, like, honestly, like, he's just not that kind of guy. Like, even if he was like, I'm going to beat this chick, he's not stupid. He's going to hit you where you can't tell. No, he knows. He's not stupid. Listen, this guy, the narrative of like, oh, he's Johnny Depp, he can cover anything up. Bullshit. He's Johnny Depp, so he knows he can't get away with shit. He knows. This guy's not fucking dumb by any means. I don't think that Johnny Depp, despite all of his success and his talent, has had an incredibly easy life. It's the internal path for this man is not an easy one. It's incredibly complicated. I do believe, just again reading on him, this is someone that truly tries to come with compassion. I think self-compassion this is my Jerry Springer final thought. Self-compassion is key for Johnny Depp. I don't know how much of that he has. I think it's, this whole thing has been really triggering, but it's also enabled a lot of people to come out and say, hey, this happened to me too. And that's part of the job of Johnny and Amber. I mean, it's a part of their job for people to step forward. So they're I know it sounds crazy, but they're doing something good, even though they've been through hell, and particularly Johnny Depp. They're doing something good for everybody else. That's sort of how it works. So I hope that made sense. Mercury retrograde is messing with my head today. So, all right, my loves, I love you. I adore you. Be well.